Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with the same module, that is a website design. But in the today's class I am going to start with the HTML, that is a full-fledged HTML, that is a module tutorial of the HTML, that is what is HTML, how to use the HTML, what are the various concepts that is used in the HTML, right? So let's start with the session, or let's start with the previous class session, what we have covered in the last class, then move to the today's topic, that is the today's topic, that is the today's part, that is what is the HTML, how to use the HTML. So let's start with the previous class session. So in the last class we have started with the we have started with the concept, we have started with the topic, we have started with the topic, that is what languages do I need to learn, that is what are the various languages do I need to learn. In this we have studied about the CSS, HTML, JavaScript, VB script. So that is the languages that is required for the website development. So what are the languages that is used to develop in the web pages, that is what are the various languages that is available in the web pages, that is the main part of the HTML. That is what are the languages that is provided in the HTML, that is used for the HTML, that is used in the HTML. So what languages do I need to learn? So if you are a visual designer, that depends on, or who spends the time in the Photoshop, so it depends on the illustrator that may putting the town, that may putting the design that is used with the type, that is a pretty task to be used in the web designing process. And there are various technologies that is used in the web development, that is used for the languages and the technology that depends on the role that you see in the design process. There are various languages that is available that is used for the website designing, that is used in the website development. So there are various languages that we have studied in the last class about the website development, that is associated with the web development. And so what are the various languages, what are the various technologies that will be used as a support for the design process, that is the website designing. So these are the various design process languages that is available that we have studied in the last class. And we advise, or we can say the author advised, that the HTML is the best language that is used in the geographical boundary, that is used for the geographical boundary, that is used in the we can say the authoring tool, that is used for the discussion purpose, that is used for the production purpose. And following is a list of the technology that is used with the application development or the web development. Among these, HTML is one of the best language, and CSS is also one of the best language that is used in the website development, that is the HTML and the CSS, that is a cascading style sheet. At a glance, these are the various website technology or the web page technology that is available. One is the HTML, one is the CSS, one is the JavaScript and the DOM scripting, one is the server-side scripting and the database management. So these are the various web-based technology that is available. One is the HTML, that is a hypertext markup language. One is the CSS, that is a cascading style sheets. One is the JavaScript and the DOM scripting. The next is the server-side programming and the database management. So these are the four languages that is available, or that is available in the web-based technologies. Then we have studied about all these languages, that what are the various languages that is available. One is the HTML that I'm going to start today only, also we can say the tomorrow, today, as the time suggests. So these are the various languages that is available. One is the HTML. So as the name advice, hypertext markup language. This is a markup language. That means there are some rules regulation that is available within the HTML. So this is the markup language that is used for the markup, that is used for the navigation, that is known as the HTML. So HTML is a language that is used to create the web page documents, and there are multiple versions that is available in the HTML, like HTML 4.1, that is the most common, or we can say the most recent used format, or recent use, we can say the version that is available within the website design, that is the HTML 4.1 and the HTML5, that is the gaining steam and the browser support. There are multiple support that is also available for the browser designing, and both the versions have a stricter implementation known as the XHTML, that is a extensible HTML, which is essentially the same language that is used with the most strict syntax rule. So HTML is a language that is used for the website design, and there are we can say the HTML design process that is also used. So there is a XHTML, that is the extensible HTML, that is also the same language, but with the strict rule, we can say that with the hard rule that is available, there are more syntax, there are more rule regulation that is available within the HTML. And the best way to learn HTML is to use some pages at the hand. That is, get the pages, write the code in HTML, execute the code, and currently, or we can say the slowly and slowly, you are involving in the HTML, going, and so that will be doing in exercises in the book. And if you end up working in the web production, you will live and breathe the HTML that is used, that provides the benefit from the HTML parts. And HTML is not a programming language, remember, because it's a scripting language, not a programming language. All the rules regulation that is followed in the HTML, or that is followed in the programming language, that does not follow in the HTML. So it's not a programming language, it's a markup language, it's a scripting language. That means it is a system for identifying and describing the various components of a document. That is, there are multiple component of a document that is used to identify and describe, such as the heading, such as the paragraph, and the list. So these are the various we can say the components of a document that is used in the HTML, that are known as the components of a web page designing, such as the headings. So heading tag is used, paragraph, and the list, that is the list tag, is also used. The markup indicates the document underlying structure, and that is used for the machine readable outline, that is used for the programming skill, that is used with the common sense to write the HTML. So there will be a structure that is used, that is available in the HTML, that is hypertext markup language. And the best way to learn the HTML is to write out some pages by hand, as we will be doing in the exercises in this book. So the best way to learn the HTML is to use the pages you used, or to write out the write down the some pages by the hand. Then we have studied about the CSS. So one is the HTML, one is the CSS, that is a cascading style sheets. While HTML is used to describe the content in a web page, it is a cascading style sheet, that is a CSS, that describes how the content should look. So what are the various contents that is available in the HTML? What are the various scenarios that is available in the HTML? That is we can say the designing part. So HTML describe the content, and the CSS describe how the content should look like. That is the CSS. So one is the content, one is the way the content are displayed. That is the CSS. So that is used to describe how that content should look like. That is the CSS responsibility, and putting the content, that is the responsibility of the HTML. And in the web design process, the way the page looks is known as its presentation. That means font, color, background image, line spacing, page layout, and so on are all controlled with the C++. That is, every font color, background image, as well as the line spacing, page layout, and so on are controlled with the CSS. And with the new versions of the CSS, that is CSS3, you can even add special effects and the basic animation to your page. So with the newest version that is used, so you can add the pages, you can add the animation, you can add the special effect to the web page. And CSS also provides the method for controlling how documents will be presented in the content or context other than the traditional desktop browser, such as the print or on devices with a small screen width. So CSS also provides a method for controlling how the documents will be presented in the contents or the context other than the traditional desktop browser. And CSS has also some rules for specifying the non-visual presentation of documents. That is used for the document, that is available in the CSS, that is used for specifying the non-visual presentation of the documents. And there is also more concept that is studied, that is the style sheet, that is also used as a great tool for automating the production, because if you change the way an element looks, that is done by the style sheet, that is used across all the pages in your site by editing a single site sheet document. And the style sheets are supported to some degree by all modern browsers. That is, every modern browser is also available for the style sheets. And it is also possible, or it is possible to publish the web pages using the HTML alone, because you will be probably to take on style sheets as you are not stuck with the browser's default styles. Then one is the HTML, one is the CSS, next is the JavaScript or the DOM scripting. So JavaScript is a scripting language that is used to add interactivity and the behavior to the web pages. So whatever behavior, whatever the interactivity that is available with the JavaScript. So it's a scripting language that is used to add the behavior and the interactivity to the web pages. So this is the next is a JavaScript language, that is a scripting language that is used to add the interactivity and the behavior to the web pages. That includes what are the various entries that is used for the validation entries. So one is the HTML, one is the CSS, one is the JavaScript. HTML is a scripting language that describes what is the content that is available on the website, and CSS describe the content, that is how the content should look like. That is we can say the layout of the content that is done by the CSS. Next is the JavaScript, that is a scripting language that is used to define the controls, behaviors, or we can say the add the interactivity in the JavaScript. That is a add the interactivity in the web pages, that is run by the JavaScript. And these are the various 4 points that is used or that is done or that is controlled by the JavaScript. So first is checking form entries for the valid entry, that is checking the entries, what are the various valid entries that is available in the JavaScript. So checking the entries for the valid entries. Then swapping out the styles for an element or an entire site. So that is swap out the styles, that is swap out means change the styles from an element or an entire site. Then making the browser remember information about the user for the next time she visits. That is maintaining a visit, maintaining a history that is available within the web browser. Then building the interface widgets such as expanding the menu. So that is widgets are also available, that is the interface widgets that is used for expanding the menu. So JavaScript is used to manipulate the element that is available on the web pages. And there are two terms that is available in the JavaScript. One is a DOM scripting, one is a JavaScript. That is a document object model scripting. And whenever we write the JavaScript, that is a serious, that is a type of programming that is more consuming or time consuming process. So whenever we write the JavaScript program that are more consuming to learn, because if someone does not have a prior programming languages experience, we say the knowledge, so it's very difficult to write the JavaScript languages or language programs. So it's a very time consuming process. And professional web developers are required to know JavaScript. However, implementing or plenty of visual designers rely on the developer that is used for the JavaScript programming. Next is the server-side programming, that is the next part. So one is the HTML, one is the CSS, one is the JavaScript, next is the server-side scripting. So as told you, there are two parts to, we can say, the criteria. One is the client, one is the server. Client requests the services from the server, and the server provides that services to the clients by processing each and every information, by processing calculation, anything that is done. So at last server provides the services to the client. Now this is the server side programming, that is the programming is done at the server side, not the client side. That is programming is done on the main server. So simple websites, or we can say the sample websites, are a collection of various static HTML document and the image files that is used for the server side scripting. And there are multiple languages that is used to create the web application, that are used to create the web application, that is used in the frameworks like PHP, Python. These are the various programming languages that is available or that is done as the at the server side. So that is known as the server side scripting. These are the various examples of the server-side programming examples. This is available, and one of the best example is the ASP.NET, that is the Active Server Pages.NET. Now, next is the what do I need to buy? That is, what are the various content, or what are the various criteria by which we want to buy anything. That is, what do I want to, or I need to buy. So it should come as no surprise that professional web designers requires a fair amount of gear, both hardware and the software. One of the question is available, what should I get? That is, what should I get means what are the various tools that is available in the HTML, how should I get, and what are the various content, what are the various criteria that is used for getting the various hardware and the software supports. And what should I get, this is the main question, and this is the specifically that is used, that is what to buy. But I will provide an overview of the typical tools of the trade. Bear in mind that while I have listed the most particular or most popular commercial software tools available, many of them have freeware or the shareware equivalent that you can download if you have a budget. That is this is a site that is available, that is a CNET sites that is available. These are the various tools. that reminds you what do or that you need to buy. This is just an introduction of the XML, that is extensible markup language, that is a part of, we can say, the advanced version of the HTML. That is not a specific language, but it contains various rules and regulations that is used for creating the markup pages. So if you have hang up around the web design while at all, you are sure to hear at the acronym, that is a HTML, that means extensible markup language. It's not a specific language in itself, but rather a robust set of the rules for creating other markup languages. And to use a simplified example, if you are publishing recipes, you might use the XML to create a custom markup language that includes the element like integrant or ingredient, instruction, and the servings, that actually describes a type of information in which you can receive or receive the documents. So XML is a language that is used for the number of the applications, that is used for the number of the software applications such as the Adobe Office and the Apple iTunes. So there are various languages, there are various parts application that is used for the XML. So that is used in increasing the number of software applications such as the Microsoft Office, Adobe Flash, and the Apple iTunes. So these are the various, we can say, the application that is used for the XML. And if you hang around the web designing, that would look around that, you are sure about the acronym, that is the XML, that is extensible markup language. And to use a simplified example, if you are publishing the recipes, you might use the XML to create a custom markup language that includes the element, that is the ingredient, instructions, and the serving. And still there are a number of XML languages that are used on the web, and the most prevalent language is the XHTML, that is the HTML rewritten according to the stricter rules of the XML, which allows your content to be shared as a data and read with the RSS readers. And as a web designer, your direct experience with the HTML or the XML is likely to be limited to authoring document in the XHTML, or perhaps adding to the RSS that is used for the new XML language that will be responsible for the programmers or the XML specialist. Now, next is, what are the various equipment that is required for the web page or web development environment? So for a comfortable web development environment, I recommend, that is the author recommend, the following equipment that is used for the comfortable web development requirement. So first is the solid up-to-date computer. That is a solid computer, not the lightweight computer. That's a solid computer as well as the update computer. That is every software, for example, the antivirus and any software that is available in the computer that must be updated on a regular basis. That is a solid, and the up-to-date computer, that is a Macintosh, Windows, or the Linux, is fine creative department in professional web development companies that tend to be Mac based. They tend to be based on the Mac, that is a Mac based. And although it is nice to have a super fast machine, the files that make up a web pages are very small and tend not to be too taxing on the computers. That is not taxing on the computer, that is not relying on the computer. And unless you are getting into sound and the video editing, don't worry if your current setup is not the very latest and the greatest. That is, don't worry about the steps, that is very not the latest and the greatest. So there will be a solid and the up-to-date computer. That is also the equipment, one of the equipment that is used in the web development environment. Next is the extra memory. So one point is the solid up-to-date computer. Next is the extra memory, that is a large memory is required for the website development. That is more and more memory, we can say the capacity, or we can say the storage of the computer, that is the memory capacity of the computer is high. So because you will tend to bounce between a number of applications, that is there are a number of applications that is required for the website development. So you will tend to bounce between the number of applications. So it's a good idea to have enough RAM installed on your computer that allows you to leave several memory intensive programs running at the same time. So there will be extra memory that is required. So that is required for the memory resident program, that is required for the memory intensive program that is running at the same computer. So you will tend to bounce between the number of applications. So there will be good idea to have enough RAM capacity, that is a random access memory that is installed on computer, that allows you to leave several memory intensive programs running at the same time. Then next is the large monitor, that is the display screen of the monitor is very large, so that it will be enough capacity, there will be enough capacity, there will be enough criteria that is required by the large memory, that makes the life easier, particularly for a web or visual designer. That is design web designer have a requires a large monitor that is display the things in a large screen, on the large screen. And I've seen the code based developer just get by just fine on the 11th MacBook Air, and you can see more pages of your page or more of your pages to make the design decision. And if you are using the large computer or the large monitor, just make sure your design or you design for the users with a small monitor and devices in the mind. So if you are using the large monitor, make sure about the design for the process, design for the users with the small monitors and the devices in the mind. These are the equipment that is used, that is a solid up-to-date computer. Next is the extra memory, next is the large monitor, next is the smaller or the scanner and the or the digital camera. So the computer also have a, or there will be also the requirement of the scanner as well as the digital camera along with the computer, because that requires because there are some papers or there are some document that needs to be scanned. So there will be a requirement of the scanner and the digital cameras. So if you anticipate making your own pages and the texture, or own images and the textures, you will need some tools for creating them. And I know a designer who has two scanners. One is a good scanner and other he uses to scan things like the dead fish and the rusty pans. So whatever the scanning process that is done by the scanner and the digital camera. The next is a second computer, that is many web designers find it useful to have a test computer running at a different platform than the other they use for the development. That is used for the web designer, that is used to have a test computer that is running at a different platform that is available, that is used in the computer process. And because browsers works differently on the Macs than on the Windows machine, it is critical to test your pages in as many environment as possible. That is the second computer, and particularly on the current Windows operating system. So many web designers find it useful to have a test computer rather than a different platform than the computer they use for the development. And because browsers works differently on the Mac than on the Windows machine, it is critical to test your pages in as many environment as possible. That is a second computer, that is taking the second opinion, we can say. And next is the mobile devices. The web has gone mobile. Now the web is going on the mobile. This means it is absolutely critical that you test the appearance and the performance of your sites on a mobile browser, on a smartphone or the table device. So whatever the mobile phone, whatever the tool, whatever the appearance and the performance that is used, that is available on the mobile browser, on the smartphones, that is available on the tablet device. And you may already have a smartphone yourself. And if you don't have a budget for the devices with the multiple platforms, ask your friends if you have spent a few minutes looking at your sites on their views. And I have one web developer friend who check out his design on the phone at his local mobile store, that is used, that is quickly where you are welcome. That is we can say that there will be a requirement of the mobile phones or the mobile devices. So these are the various requirements, equipment that is required for the website development, for the successful, we can say, the healthy web development environment. So for a comfortable web development environment, these are the various equipment that is used. One is a solid up-to-date computer, next is the extra memory, next is a large monitor, then a scanner and the digital camera, then second computer, and the mobile devices. Now, what are the various software that is required for the web or for the healthy website or web development environment? So let's take a break. Then after the break, let's take the next topic. Is what are the various software that is available within the website development that is used for the we can say the healthy website development, healthy website maintenance. That is what are the various software. So there is no shortage of software that is available for creating the web pages. So there is no shortage of the available, or there is no shortage of the software that is available that is used for the that is used for creating the web pages, that is used for creating the web pages, that is used in the website development. And in the earlier days, we just must do with the various changes or with the tool that is used for the print. And now today there are wonderful tools that is used with the web designing in mind that makes the process more efficient. That is, there are multiple processes, there are multiple design tools that is used for the software development. And I had, that is the author, like to introduce you the most common and the proven web design tools. That is, what are the various web designing tools that is available. So that is used to proven the web designing tool, and you can also download the various trial version of the various web designing tools from the company website and in the popular website design link that is available in this chapter. Now, what are the various software? First is the most important, that is the web page authoring tools. So web page authoring tools or the web authoring tools are similar to the desktop publishing tool, but the end product is a web page. That is, the end product means the final product is a web page, not more than that, or not any other result, but the end result is the web page only. That is a part of the web page, that is a part of the web authoring tool. So that are very similar to the website or desktop publishing tool, but the end result and output is the web page that is used. That is the website design development that contains the HTML file and the supporting file. And these tools provide the visual WYSI that is, what you see is what you get, pronounced at the WYSIWYG. That is, what you see, what you see is what you get. That is also pronounced as the WYSIWYG. That is a web authoring tool that is available for the website development. That are the web authoring tool that is available that is available in the website development, and that is very similar to the desktop publishing tools. And that is also known as the visual WYG. That is what you see it what you get, pronounced as a WYSIWYG interface, and the shortcut that save you from typing the repetitive HTML and the CSS. There is no need for the writing the coding again in the CSS, again in the CSS or the HTML. No, there is no need. But these tools are drag and drop tool that is used for the website development, that is used for the website designing. That is a web we can say the tools that is used, or that is you don't want to generate the HTML code by the writing, but we can speed up the doing by using the web authoring tools, by using the web authoring program. Now these are the various programs that is available in the web authoring tools. One is the Adobe Dreamweaver. So this is a tool that is used, a very interesting tool that is used for the website development, that is used for designing the web pages. That is used for designing the web pages. So this is the hand down we can say the hand down industry standard due to its relatively clean down or clean code and the advanced features. So that is also involved the advanced features. That is, what are the various advanced features that is available in this standard, that is the Adobe Dreamweaver. And this is the hands down industry standard due to its relatively clean code and the advanced features. Now next is the Microsoft Expression Web, that is a Windows only, and that is a part of the Microsoft suite or the professional design tool that is available, that is used as a Microsoft or MS Expression Web Boost standard, that is compliant code and the CSS based layout. So whatever the output, whatever the training provides, that is available in the Microsoft Web Design, that is only for the Windows. That's why it is written Windows only. Next is the NVU, that is used for the Linux, Windows and the Mac operating system. Don't open to pay for the what you see is what you get editor. but it is also the new view that is also open source view that matches many of the features in the Dreamweaver. That is more or less features are available in the NUV. So you can either use the NUV, either you can use the Dreamweaver. It's up to you, up to your requirement, that is how to use in the DVB. Now next is the next tool or the next software that is available is the HTML editor. So one is the web authoring tool that we have discussed. Now next is the HTML editor, that is what are the various HTML editor that is used in the what are the various HTML editor that is used for the web scripting. So HTML editors, or as opposed to the what you see is what you get authoring tool, are designed to speed up the process of writing HTML by hand. That is, we can write the HTML codes in the notepad by using the HTML editor, that is a notepad. So writing the code in the HTML in the notepad and then execute the code, that is the HTML code. They do not allow user you edit or you edit the page visually, so you need to check your work in a browser. And many professional web designers actually prefer to author HTML documents by hand, and they tend to recommend the following. That is, most of the web designer we can say that suggest or they need to write the HTML document in the or by the hand, and they tend to recommend the following. One is a text pad that is only used for the Windows. So that is the text pad that is simple and the expensive plain text code editor for the window. That is a simple and expensive plain text, that is a simple one, as well as expensive plain text code editor for the Windows, that is available in the Windows only, that is a text pad. Then the sublime text or the sublime text that is used in the Windows, Mac and the Linux, that is a sublime text. And this inexpensive up and coming text editor looks stripped down but has a lot of functionality that is available that develops love, that is a sublime text. So one is a text pad, that is a simple and expensive plain text. One is a sublime text, that is a expensive and the time consuming text editor that is used and that has a lot of the functionality that the developer likes. So these are the HTML editors that is available for the website development. One is the text pad that is used only for the Windows. One is the sublime text that is used for the Windows, Linux, Mac, etc. Now next is the code by panning, that is used for the Macintosh only, that are used or that is used for the visual workflow, file management tool and built-in terminal processes or access. Then the next tool or the next editor that is used is the text made by the macro mate, that is only for the Macintosh. And this advanced editor feature project management tools and an interface that is integrated with the Mac operating system, that is a TextMate that is used by the macro mates, and it is growing in popularity because it is customizable, feature rich and the inexpensive. That is also the also growing in the popularity, that is used as a customizable, feature rich and the inexpensive tool, that is a TextMate by the macro. The next is the BB added by bare bones software that is only used for the Macintosh. So lots of great shortcut features have made this the leading editor for the Mac based web developers. Now next software is the image editing and the drawing software. That is the next part, that is the image editing software and the drawing software that is available. So you will probably want to add the images to your pages, so you will need an image editing software. So sometime you need an images, sometime you need an content that is used to add the images for your pages. So you will need an image editing software. So there are multiple software that is also used for the image editing, that is also a part of the web application development. We will look at some of our popular program in great detail in part 4. In the meantime, you will have to look into the popular web graphics creation tool. So these are the various popular graphic creation tool, that is the image creation tool that is available. One is the Adobe Photoshop, that is studied in the nowadays schools also, that is Adobe Photoshop, that is also the tool, that is an application that is used for the website development, that is Adobe Photoshop. That is undeniably the industry standard for the image creation in both the print and the web world. So whatever the image creation that is used for the print and the web world. The next is Adobe Photoshop element, that is what are the various Adobe Photoshop elements that is used. So the lighter version of Photoshop is designed for photo editing and the management, but some hobbyists may find that it has all the tools necessary for putting images on the web pages. That is what are the various web pages, what are the Photoshop design that is used for the photo editing and the management. So what are the various elements that is used for the Adobe Photoshop? Next is the Adobe Illustrator, that is also the image editing tool, because designers needs to create the logos, icon and the illustrations at a variety of sizes and the resolution. That is also used by the illustrations. So you may start with the vector image illustration. Suppose whenever you have done your 12th class, you studied about the vectors. That is a part of the, we can say, the web designing tool. So that is the image editing tool, that is a software part that is used in the web designing development. So these are the various software for the image development, that is the Photoshop Elements, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Firefox. That is also combines an image editing tools for creating the vector based illustration. That is also a tool that is also available, that is also used for the computing web graphics. So that is used for the web graphics, that is used in the web design development. Next is the Coral Paint Shop Pro Photo, that is only used for the Windows. So that is a Coral Paint Photoshop, that is a popular website, or we can say the popular image editing tool that is used in the Windows only. That is a part of the Windows only. Then next is the GIMP, that is the GNU Image Manipulation Program. That is also a program that is used for the database management, that is used for the website development, that is used in the as a GNU Image Manipulation Program, that is used for the Unix, Windows and the Mac. And this free image editing program is similar to the Photoshop. That is very similar to the Photoshop. So that is a GIMP, that is a GNU Image Editing or Image Manipulation Program. And now next is the internet tools, that is what are the various internet tools that is available, that is also a part of the various software that is used, because we are dealing with the internet. You have a internet tool that is used. So there are, first part is a variety of browsers. So there will be a variety of browsers like Chrome, Mozilla, Internet Explorer. So there are multiple variety of the browser that is available, that is used for the different pages, that is used for the different test pages as possible for the browser. So both on the desktop level as well as the mobile level, every web page requires internet tools, that is a variety of the browsers are available. Then Windows, for Windows there is Internet Explorer, Chrome, Mozilla, Firefox, Safari, Opera. For Macintosh this is Safari, Chrome, Firefox, Opera. And don't ignore the mobile browser. There are multiple lists that is available for the mobile browsers. That is a mobile Safari, Android browser, BlackBerry browser. So these are the multiple names of the mobile browsers that is available in the mobile browsers or mobile phones. Next is program is the FTP, that enables to upload and download the file. Suppose you want to upload any file, that is also done by the FTP. Suppose you want to download any file, that is also done by the FTP. So for downloading and uploading the files, there will be a protocol that is used, that is known as the FTP, that is a file transfer protocol. Next is the terminal application. Suppose any computer, any system is far from you, that is approachable using the concept of the remote application or the terminal application. So if any computer is remote or that is far away from the location, that is terminated, that is carried out by the terminal applications. Now this is over. This PDF is also over. This is the glance of the popular website software links. These are the web page authoring tools that we have discussed in the today's class only. Adobe Dreamweaver, Microsoft Expression Web, then NVU. Then next is what are the various image editing or the HTML editing software, that is a TextMate, that is a Sublime Text, that is a TextPad for the Windows, that is a Coda by the Panic software, BB Edit by the Barebones software. Then next is the image editing and the drawing tools, that is Adobe Photoshop, Photoshop Element, Illustrator, Fireworks, Coral Paint Shop Pro Photo. Then next is the browsers, that is the Internet Explorer, Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, Safari. Networking, these are the various networking parts, that is the CyberTuck, Fetch, Cowin, Putty and so on. So what have you learned about this? That is the learn from this chapter. You do not have to learn everything, but you have to learn done. That is, everything is done practically. You need not to remember, or we can say the mug up each and everything, but the HTML or the web designing concepts are very easy. So you have to check, or you have to check your criteria that is used in the HTML code. Now these are the various question answers that is available of this module. So this is a test booklet that is used. So what does the WC do? W3C, that is a World Wide Web Consortium. That is the organization that provides the www. That is and the who is the father of the www? That is Tim Berners-Lee. And this is the match the column web technology method that is used for the assigned task. One is a CSS, that is only used for the defines a new markup language that is used for the sharing financial information. Then CSS, that is a checking a form field for a valid entry. Then JavaScript, PHP and the XML. These are the various questions. Now what is the difference between the web authoring program and the HTML editing tool? So it contains the Adobe Dreamweaver. This contains the HTML, or we can say the Notepad. These are the various examples. So that's all for today's session. In the tomorrow's class, I'm starting with the next module, or we can say the next PDF of this module, that is a HTML. We can say the detailed version of the HTML. In this module, in this PDF, we studied about the brief version of the HTML. Now from tomorrow onwards, we study in detail what is the HTML, what are the various control in the HTML from the HTML tutorials. So thanks a lot everyone for listening me, and if there is any doubts, you can ask the doubts from me. Any query, any clarification, you can ask the doubts. And from in the tomorrow's class, I'm starting with the HTML. Yes, hi Joseph, how are you? I'm also good. Of this website design, you want to this PDF? Yes, yes, yes. Just a minute. Just a minute. I will share with you. What's your ID, Joseph? Pardon? Yes. Web design includes your HTML, CSS, that is main focus on the designing part, layout part. And the web application development means how to develop any web application. So one is only for the layout, we can say the structure. One is the deep knowledge, that is the coding part of the any web application. No, 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 web designing. That is a module for the second semester. Just a minute. Wait, wait for 2 minutes. Right now we are doing the website design, and that is a semester third module, that is a web application development. But right now we are doing the semester 2, that is a module that is a website design. We will change it maybe by misunderstanding, miscommunication, that is uploaded on the LMS. All right. Yes, yes, yes. And what's your ID, Joseph? Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I got it. Any other doubts? Sure. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.